Hey guys! All good? We're back with another video. I hope everyone is okay. Share the video and subscribe to the channel, don't forget to like. Now, let's get to the video. Now, let's talk about how to spot a toxic relationship. This question is asked often, but what exactly is a toxic relationship? It is one that goes against everything that is healthy. In it, we find criticism and offenses, which can be veiled or open. There is aggressiveness and indifference, making people feel small, devalued, and insecure. This behavior appears little by little, subtly, until it takes hold completely and causes pain. When we are involved with someone, we don't always notice these characteristics at first. Idealization and intuition often make us ignore the signs. However, over time, the enchantment diminishes, and we realize that the relationship is not what we thought it was. Now there are only fights and arguments. Even so, we often feel trapped by this person. Toxic relationships are complicated. Therefore, it is much easier to avoid entering one than to try to leave afterwards. Remember that every relationship can involve conflicts, but it is important to resolve them in partnership. The couple must seek solutions that benefit both, without becoming a dispute. No one needs to emerge victorious, the important thing is the well-being of both. In toxic relationships, exactly the opposite of what should happen. Instead of one wanting the other to be well, the environment becomes exhausting and constantly unpleasant. The person feels sad and insecure most of the time. But what are the signs that you are in a toxic relationship, which could even lead to an abusive relationship? I will mention a few. Feeling of inadequacy, you begin to feel like you are not good enough for someone else. He makes you feel inadequate, like everything you do is wrong. You start walking on eggshells, measuring every word and action, wanting to please and get it right, but this is exhausting. Persistent unhappiness, the relationship becomes uncomfortable, bringing sadness, anger, and anxiety. The person's company brings you down, and you feel like you're experiencing the worst of yourself. Toxic communication, communication is negative, with a harsh tone, mockery, or aggressiveness. There is sarcasm, criticism, and hostility. Talking becomes difficult. Jealousy and excessive control, jealous attacks are frequent. It monitors your social networks, emails, and conversations. He takes you and picks you up everywhere, he sulks when you go out with friends. Your privacy disappears. He always accuses you of looking at other men, insinuating that you are untrustworthy. Constant stress, you live stressed and anxious, losing your naturalness. Remember, healthy relationships don't involve these behaviors. If you identify these signs, it's important to seek help and consider whether this relationship is truly best for you. In a toxic relationship, it feels like everything is your fault. He is always right, and you are always wrong. If he loses his temper, it's because you provoked him. You feel tormented, and even when he's wrong, you end up apologizing. This is a giant sign that something is wrong. He makes comments that lower your self-esteem. He says he loves you, but he criticizes your body, your clothes, your makeup. You feel insecure and uncomfortable. It controls how you should be and dress. You hope he will change, but that hope is false. You get fed up with it, but the day when he recognizes his mistakes never comes. Still, you stay in the relationship. When you're with him, you change. With friends and family, you are different, you even seem afraid. Avoids topics to avoid fights, losing your spontaneity. Everyone realizes this. You don't see a future in the relationship, but you push with your belly. He doesn't support your achievements, he doesn't vibrate with you. You feel dependent but have difficulty finishing. Reflecting on the possibility of continuing your life alone, of looking at yourself and giving more importance to your feelings, it is essential to understand that, in many cases, it is better to be alone and whole than to remain in a toxic relationship. But how do you get out of a relationship like that? I will cite some examples. Recognition, the first step is to realize and accept that you are in a toxic relationship. This can be difficult, but it is essential to initiating any change. Seek help and support, Reach out to friends and family. Talk to people you trust. Don't hesitate to seek therapy to understand what led you to enter and stay in this relationship. Self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is fundamental. Understand why you got involved in this relationship. What attracted you? What kept you in it? This will help you avoid similar relationships in the future. Build healthy relationships. Based on self-knowledge, you can build healthier and more effective relationships. Committed relationships that make you happy. Remember that being alone is not the same as being lonely. It's an opportunity to get to know yourself better, grow and build a fuller life. Super kiss, and see you in the next video.